Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. You get the pleasure of seeing me again on today. This is the third video that I have done in a row. I am so proud of myself. Just trying to keep up with the consistency of this channel and not just disappear on you guys. Let's see. So today is Sunday. And I am headed to church. It's 9:03 a.m. currently. I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that you had a great weekend. I hope there's something exciting and great happened for you in your life. I'm just going to follow up really quick on the zuppa toscana soup that I made. I know some recipes use spinach instead of kale, but I use kale in mine because I like kale. It was delicious. I enjoyed it. I cooked it in my crock pot as opposed to on the stove. The flavors were really, really good. My husband thought that the turnips were potatoes. That's my first time having turnips. That's my first time purchasing turnips. That's my first time ever using turnips, and it's a great alternative to if you don't like cauliflower like that, or want cauliflower. Turnips do have carbs in them, but I think it's only like 4.5 net carbs for one turnip, and the turnip is pretty big. I do have one left. I'm gonna use that one to make a shepherd's pie. I'm going to boil the turnips and then mash it and, make the shepherd's pie, with the exception of the peas. It does have sweet peas in there, so I'm not going to use sweet peas in mine. So I'm going to make like a, my own keto-friendly shepherd's pie using that. But anyway, guys, I was just thinking about customer service this morning, because I had went to a place to get my nails done on I think it was last Friday. Before I went to that play, I went and got my nails done. I just got the polish changed, just gel polish, on my nails. And this was a place that I don't normally go to. It's close to my house, and I've never been there before. But I went in. They weren't very busy. I think they may have had one person that had just went in before me, and she was sitting there waiting to get, I think, a pedicure. And so when I went in, one of the workers, he was sitting back there in one of the pedicure chairs chilling. There were two ladies that worked there. They were at the counter. They were in a conversation. Nobody greeted me when I went in, so I just signed in. And then the lady finally asked me, can I help you? What what do you need today? Whatever, however she said it. And I told her what I wanted. So she didn't say have a seat with me. I'm so sorry, y'all. Ooh, so sorry, y'all. Oh Lord, hold on. Sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all feel down. I didn't mean to make y'all fall. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I wasn't throwing you all away. But anyway, I sit there I wasn't seated probably about 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes. The guy, they wound up getting the guy that was sitting back there in the chair, in the pedicure chair, that was chilling when I came in. And so, he called me back. So I went back. He took my polish out, put the aluminum foil and everything on my nails and stuff, and he took it off. And then he didn't offer me a drink, but one of the ladies that was standing at the counter, she offered me something to drink. They offered everybody in there something to drink. They had wine in there, they had sodas, they had water. I declined, and then a few minutes later, somebody else offered us something to drink again. I declined. I think everybody in there declined at that time. And then, y'all, he polished my nails. He put 2 coats of gel polish on there, and it still looked real thin. It didn't look right. Some of it looked darker than the other. It just didn't look good to me. And he kind of rushed through it. I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't pleased with it. And I was just thinking to myself, well, I just fix it. I didn't say nothing, y'all. I didn't say, my only thought was, in my head, my thought was, I will not go back there ever again. Because I didn't like it. And so I got my eyebrows arched. I didn't know these people, so I said I'm gonna take a chance and get my eyebrows arched. So one of the ladies that was at the customer service desk, she came back to do my eyebrow arch, and she said she had me lay back in the chair. They told me where to go. I'd never been there before. They just told me, go back. I didn't know back where. I just figured it out on my own. And so I went back, and she came back, and she started one of my brows. She just left, and then she came back, and then she was looking at my nails. She was like, "Did you get nude polish?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't know why I look like that." I said, "It's dark right here." I said, "It just don't look right." And so she did a really good job on my eyebrows. I liked the way she did my eyebrows. And so she had me to come out. She set me down, and I told her what color it was, and she got the polish, and she polished my nails to where they look like this. And he came and he put the clear coat of polish on it for me, never saying I'm sorry, or never apologizing. Customer service is everything. Me and my husband went to Buffalo Wild Wings the other night. We had a waitress. We were waiting probably about 30 minutes for our food, and we didn't order a whole lot. We didn't order anything that was complicated. And she never, she walked by our table plenty of times. She never said, "You okay? Your food will be right here." Nothing. And then when she brought the food to the table, it's like she threw my food down at me. I felt like she threw it down because she didn't place it down. She threw it down where the tray moved, and it shook. So to me, that was just like throwing it down, which I didn't appreciate. My husband was kind of almost pissed because he had to ask her, "What kind of burger y'all cooking?" Before she finally said, "I'm gonna go check," or whatever. She walked by. She was just so occupied knowing, I'm pretty sure we all have had horrible customer service experiences at different places. But the only reason why she came back to our table at the end was to ask us if we wanted to go boxes and to bring us our check. And my husband was like, "I would not tip her." He gave me the money to pay for the food. He stepped outside. And so he was like, "You do, if you want to leave her a tip, you do it." So I did leave her a tip. So I don't know if she assumed that we weren't going to leave her a tip anyway. Because, sometimes people do have in their mind, they have preconceived notions that, because you may be of a certain race, or you may look a certain way, that you're not going to leave a tip. And I don't think people should ever assume that. And I love to leave a really, really good tip when somebody does a really, really good job. And sometimes I like to leave a really, really good tip just to prove them wrong. Just because I'm black, just because I'm African American, that doesn't mean that we don't tip. Yeah, I believe in tipping. I believe that you should tip, especially waitresses and waiters, because they don't make a whole lot of money. And they're serving you. They're serving you. That's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're expected to do. That's courtesy. If I was doing that job, I should want somebody to tip me. But at the same time, I would make sure that I gave my best customer service. But like at that place that I went to, they never, the first place where I went to get my nails done, my first experience was not wonderful. It was not good. It was not kind. And I'm pretty sure that they were trained better than that. Because when I was in cosmetology school, we were trained, the first thing we were trained on was how to greet the customer, to make them feel comfortable, and also to follow up, for that next appointment. When I went and got my facial done, the girl did a really good job, but she never followed up. She didn't say, "Do you want to make another appointment?" If she asked me that, I would have made another appointment. She never followed up with me with the email, with the text, saying, "Thank you for coming in. I would love to, to schedule a next appointment." None of that. All those things play a very, very important part in customer service. That's how you build your customer base. But it's like customer service, it really, really stinks nowadays. People aren't trained properly. A lot of people are in positions that they just should not be when they, if you don't like people, then you probably don't need to serve. Sometimes I don't like people. I don't like the people that I serve. I serve a college age population. And sometimes I don't like them. However, I have to push that, and that's just sometimes you don't feel like it. A lot of times you just have all kind of other stuff going on in your head. Like, I could be doing something else in my life. I could be building my brand, my business, and all those things. But you have to set those things aside, and all the time I do. I do. Even though I don't want to serve them, sometimes I don't feel like it. I don't feel good. You don't always feel good all the time. So you just don't feel good. No matter how much you meditate, no matter how much you try, you just do not feel like it. And we just still have to, give our best in everything and anything that we do. And so so customer service was on my mind this morning because I'm on my way to serve. I serve in my church. I serve in the children's ministry in my church, where I am a Sunday school teacher. So my class consists of students that are between the ages of 5 to 14, and they're all in one classroom. And it's because of the number of teachers, number of people we have that volunteer to serve. And so, I try to make myself as available as I can, as much as I can to these kids. I'm only available to them, to see them face to face, one-on-one, just 1 hour a week, one time a week. And I've been serving children now in children's ministry for over 20 years. I started probably back in 1997, really 1997, fully committed to it, because that's when I had graduated and came back from Bible school. And Bible school, I majored in youth ministry. That was my major, and I attended a Bible school out in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. That's where I was at for 2 years in Oklahoma. I finished 2 years there, and then I came back to South Carolina, where I just worked, and just over the years I've just worked different jobs. And this last job that I'm at now, I've been at this particular job for 16 years. And so I've never been fired from a job. I've always been promoted within wherever I've worked at, because I'm a hard worker. I'm eager to learn. I want to do my job well. And the particular place I work at now, I've been promoted 3 times. 3 times. And thank God for, because I didn't limit myself to, because I was at a job where I was working in the warehouse. I worked in the warehouse temporarily for 1 year before I got promoted to the office job, which was like I was working in special projects for customer service. And it was Boy Scouts of America that I worked in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then from there, I got promoted to a credit adjuster. And I handled certain territories, and my job was to handle credits that vendors, because I work with wholesale scout shops in certain areas. I had like New York, Florida, Puerto Rico. It was certain areas I had, and they would send back merchandise, and it was my responsibility to credit those things back to their accounts, and to make sure that they got the credit that they deserve for the merchandise that they sent back to us. And I like that job, but I felt like there was more at that time. I felt stuck a little bit, and I felt like there was a glass ceiling. And so so what I did was I decided to leave, and I was offered a position at my church at that time. That I was at that particular church, where they offered me a position as a teacher for 4th grade. For 4th grade. And so at that time I didn't have to be certified, and I was not certified to teach, but because of school, because of curriculum, because of the accreditation, I guess. I don't even know if we were accredited. That's been a while ago. But I did that. And then with that, and between that and volunteering at my church and doing other things outside my church, I got burnt out. I got stressed out. I got sick, and I wound up in the hospital. I'm going to do a part 2 to this, guys.